Craig, 0 draw against Ballatown on Wednesday night. Do you look at that as a point gained or 2 points dropped in the end?
I think probably 2 points dropped really when you look at the dominance of the game, and even though we didn't create many clear-cut chances, we obviously dominated the possession, we dominated the territory, we controlled the game, for the majority of it, and they had one opportunity which was obviously brought on by ourselves, which it's fair enough, it's the way we play. That's down to me. That wouldn't have been a mistake by the players. That would have been a mistake by, I would have took that on the chin because that's the way we play. So it's going to at times that's going to happen. But yeah, I thought we just looked a little bit off it in the final third. I don't think, a little bit lack of quality on the night, a little bit lack of right decisions, because, statistically looking back at it, it was, we had 20 opportunities at goal and only got it on target 3 times. So, we need to work a little bit better in them positions and work this week on some extra, finishing and just being in them situations in the final third.
Well, looking at the bigger picture, we are top of the league by 2 points, remain unbeaten domestically. We've progressed into cup competitions as well. Are you happy with the start to the season in general?
Yeah, how, the question's probably going to be easily answered by myself. I'm obviously not overly happy, but, can't complain with being 2 points ahead after 6 games. And, I don't know, I'm not too sure where we were after 6 games last season, because I know we drew the first game, didn't we, against Newtown. Then obviously through 2 cup competitions, we obviously take all competitions seriously. Obviously the bread and butter as we're trying to win the league, because that qualifies for the Champions League. But the other ones, when they come, they are the most important games. So last week, for instance, the Challenge Cup was our game that weekend, so it was the most important one. Wednesday was our most important one, and now coming forward, Haverfordwest at home is our most important game, as will Tuesday, Porthmadog will be when it comes to that.
Well, as you say, it is Haverfordwest here at Park Hall tomorrow. They haven't had the greatest of starts, though, in the domestic campaign. They got the great result in Europe against Skendia, but after that, they've struggled a little bit. But that result does go to show they are still dangerous opponents.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Pens has done a fantastic job down there. Great. He's got the team organised. He's obviously got them hard to beat with their performance in Europe and going through. And right away from the end of last season, the momentum went with them. Going through the playoffs and qualifying for Europe through there, then doing amazingly well in Europe. And so we know they've got a good team. They've got a very young, athletic team. Got some really good quality as well. We've watched games back, and we've done our due diligence, and we definitely 100% won't be taking it lightly, because they've got some very good players, a very good manager and staff, and we don't want to be turning up for the game thinking we've won it, because you get a sharp shock.
We have beaten the Bluebirds in the last 4 meetings between the two sides. If you add the scores up, it comes to an aggregate of 13-2. Does that have any sort of impact on this game, or is that in the past and this is the present?
Yeah, I think it's the past. You look at it and you look how far Haverfordwest have come on. To qualify for Europe, then to win a round in Europe, and then narrowly get knocked out of the second round. Then they've done fantastic. And they've got a very good owner at this moment in time. He's obviously investing money, time, in making things better. So yeah, we will 100% not be taking anything for granted.
The games are coming thick and fast at this stage of the season. Does it make it difficult to prepare for these games, having such limited time on the training pitch between the 2 matches?
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's certainly not ideal, but we were in yesterday recovery. Being in today for a little bit more recovery and a little bit of set plays, a bit of team shape, etc., and prepare for the game tomorrow. So yeah, but as I've spoken about before, I think players would probably just say they want to play games. Coaches want to get on the training pitch and get their point across, and get some good coaching into the players and organisation for the week. But yeah, it's a strange period. We spoke about it, that there's lots of games thick and fast, and with being in all competitions, you look at it last year, we weren't in the Nathaniel Cup at this point. We got knocked out first round, so we've got an extra game, and then obviously the Challenge Cup, going through that, we're going to have another game. But that's certainly not a complaint. We want to be, latter stages, if not win every competition win.
Speaking of the Challenge Cup, the draw for the 4th round of the SPFL Trust Trophy was made yesterday.
Yeah.
It'll be a home game for the New Saints against East Fife. Are you happy with that draw?
Yeah, I'm happy with the home draw. I think we were talking about beforehand, and we would just be happy with the home draw. We travelled up to Edinburgh last Thursday, you know, it was a 6-hour trip each way with the stop off on the bus, etc. So it was another long one. So yeah, we whoever we got drawn was going to be, as long as it was home, we know it's going to be a tough draw. We'll get the opportunity to see them, you know, East Faith in the next 2 or 3 weeks. You know, we'll get some footage on them. Me and Sarge will get up there and watch them live. So yeah, you know, we know it'll be a tough game. But I think the main thing for us is it was that we didn't have that travel, you know, back up to Edinburgh again.
Finally, Craig, Ryan Brobble made his first appearance in the domestic campaign on Wednesday night against Bala. Obviously, great to see him make his return from injury. What's the situation with the other injuries that we're dealing with at the moment?
Yeah, it was. It was great to get Probs in. To be honest, you know, the plan was for Probs to play a little bit less than what he did. The plan wasn't to play the whole 90 minutes, but obviously circumstances with what happened with having a man sent off, then you know we kept Probs on the pitch for a little bit longer. He's recovered yesterday. He's recovered today, so he's completely fine. John Routledge and Ash Baker are out on the pitch and training today. Rory Holden will be next week. So you look at it, and you know, obviously Deck's going to be another 3 or 4 weeks because he's had an operation. The rest and recovery for that. But I'd imagine in the next sort of week to 10 days, we will probably have everyone but Deck McManus back in with the squad.